Hey everyone, today I want to talk about that one lens that I think that every mirrorless Nikon photographer should have. Now, before we get into the video, please make sure you press that like and subscribe to my channel, and most importantly, hit the bell to get notifications for my upcoming content. Let's get to it. Okay, so I bought this particular lens just a couple months ago when I bought the Nikon ZF camera, and I've been absolutely blown away with the performance of this lens ever since. It's the Nikon Nikkor Z 24-120 f4 lens. Before we get into the specific reasons why I believe that every mirrorless Nikon shooter out there should own this lens, I do want to say that obviously this is not the most high-end lens that they have made for the Nikon Z mount cameras, but it is a fantastic lens for many reasons, and the price point is more than fair for what you get out of this lens. The first reason why I believe that every mirrorless Nikon shooter should have this lens is the fact that you're basically getting a set of prime lenses within this one lens. You get a 24, you get a 35, you get a 50, you get an 85 in this thing, you're gonna get a 105, you're also getting the 120. Now sure, the maximum aperture is 4.0, but it has beautiful compression, and for the fact that you're at least getting several different focal lengths within one lens makes up a little bit for the fact of loss of light and speed at a 4.0 compared to traditional primes at 1.8, 1.4, 1.2, etc. The second reason why I believe this lens is a must-buy for any Nikon mirrorless shooter is the fact that it's lightweight. This thing is incredible. I've had it in a sling bag. I think it's a 10-liter Peak Design sling bag that I own, and I barely feel the weight of this lens when I add it to that bag with a camera. And I normally carry about 2 lenses, and this being one of them, as well as like the Nikon ZF or Z8 for street stuff. And this lens is fantastic. Again, going back to my earlier point, I'm getting multiple focal ranges for a lens that is really light. You're not going to be able to normally carry this amount of focal ranges in one camera bag without weighing you down, and this is one creative way for you to be able to do that. Now for the third reason, really is because of the details I get out of this lens. The sharpness of it is incredible. Even when I'm shooting at 4.0, it outperforms many other lenses that I've had consistently. And remember, being 4.0, it's a constant aperture. So throughout the entire range of this lens from 24 to 120, you're getting 4.0. So if you zoom in, yes, you're going to still be able to get that same detail if you're at 120 to 24. And to me, it's been really impressive. There are many times where I don't shoot absolutely wide open on my prime lenses. 4.0 is a great safe way to go, where in which you can get some compression and separation from the background with your subject and be able to make sure that your subject is fully sharp in the frame. This is one of the reasons why I really have become more and more impressed with this lens every time I use it. Recently, I shot a fitness photo shoot with one of my model friends, Venus, you may know her, and when I was doing a test shot with Derek, I zoomed in at 200 and 100 in Lightroom, and I was absolutely blown away with the sharpness and the details coming out of this lens. And so that definitely is a reason why you wouldn't be sorry for having this lens in your bag, and if you don't have it, you should be getting it, and if you do, you already know what I'm talking about. Now, the fourth reason why I believe this is a must-have lens is because of its size. It's really compact. So we have, without the hood, here it is. Here's my hand, and here is the lens, and it is not a large lens at all. And my hands aren't that large. I mean, good karate chop, but that's about it with it. And here, we'll do this again like I did with my other lenses. Look at the size of my iPhone. Here we go. Size of my iPhone and the lens. It's shorter than the iPhone 14 Max Pro. Okay. That means this thing's going to fit inside of any camera bag you've got. Again, as I said earlier, providing you with multiple focal lengths, right? You have the 24 to 120, obviously. And the fact that this is a 77 filter thread is really nice. Obviously, we're not gonna put it in the bag like this. More than likely, we're gonna go like that just for safety and also to make sure we don't get dust, unnecessary dirt and stuff here when we're traveling with it. But this is a great lightweight, compact lens that's gonna pack a punch with a constant aperture. Now, this is the fifth but not final reason why every Nikon mirrorless shooter must have this lens. Well, it's because it's its versatility. If you add up everything that I've been talking about, this is definitely the most versatile lens that I have used on the Nikon Z mount system. This lens, again, gives you multiple focal ranges all in one lens, a constant aperture at f4, which is nothing too shabby about, but that places this lens in your bag for whatever you're shooting. Wildlife, definitely street photography, portraits, weddings, family portraits, landscapes easily. And if you're just hell, even just travel photography, this is a great lens for that. Because again, one lens to rule them all. I've actually shot this at a wedding just to try it out, and I actually didn't even pull out the 70 to 200 f2.8 Z lens just because I got so much range out of this. I didn't notice a whole lot missing in my photography from 120 to the 200. And when I brought it in the studio, honestly, I was able to really manipulate and take advantage of the entire focal range from 24 to 120 more than I would have if I used the 70 to 200. Because sometimes going at 200 brings me in way too close with my subject in studio. But the 24 to 120 is a real great bet. Plus, I'm shooting more likely f8 or f11 in studio. So therefore, an f4 constant aperture lens is more than enough that you need in a studio setting. A Swiss Army knife, if you will, of a lens that comes in at a very fair price. Now, price is the sixth reason that makes this lens a must-have for any Nikon mirrorless shooter. Well, this lens right now, brand new, is just about $1,100. Now, granted, that's nothing to sneeze at, but in perspective, when we talk about professional, well-performing lenses out there for Nikon mirrorless shooters, well, $1,100 is really affordable, quite honestly. Anything lower than that, now you're getting into the f1.8 lens, prime lens range. And again, as I said, you're getting multiple focal lengths within this zoom lens. And again, it's constant aperture. So for $1,100, for you to have a lens that can knock out multiple styles of genres comfortably, flash photography, no problem, studio, headshots, weddings, and everything I mentioned earlier, as well as having that constant aperture, compact and lightweight, $1,100 is a steal. I've also seen it for about $900 plus refurbished. You might want to check NikonUSA.com, or sometimes I see a few on Amazon and whatnot. But for $1,100, it's a must-have. The reason why I got this lens is really because I heard so much good things about it that I had to check it out for myself. I didn't get this sent to me for free from Nikon or anything like that. I actually bought it at Mike's Camera. Shout out to Mike's Camera in Dublin, California. And I picked it up. Ever since I've been using it, I have found myself making sure that this is the top 2 or 3 lenses that's in my camera bag when I just want to go out and enjoy photography on a hike or a walk through the city, do some street stuff and whatnot. Anytime I want to do some more casual shooting, I pick up this lens. And I've also been able to rely on this lens during professional paid shoots. As I said earlier, I did some headshots in the studio and some fashion photography in the studio, and the lens kept up with the type and the style and the pace of my photography. Zero problems. Autofocus there, details there, colors there, sharpness is there. No problem with the autofocus. So this is actually really, I mean, I just had to share my thoughts about this lens because it really is a must-have. And I'm actually a little sorry that I didn't buy it earlier, not realizing how versatile this lens really is. I'll be heading out to WPPI 2024 in just about a week and a half, 2 weeks. And guess what? I will be bringing this lens as well as the Nikon 40mm f2.0 lens with me to the expo with the Nikon ZF. In case you're wondering, the Nikon ZF will be with me. I just wanted to share with you my thoughts. I would love to hear your opinions about this lens. What do you think about it? Do you own it? Have you been on a fence about it? Don't worry, because I'm going to leave a link in the description section for you to check out for yourself. Of course, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, don't forget to press that like, that share, that subscribe, and you already know, hit that bell to get notifications for my upcoming content. I'm Robert Silver, and until next time, keep shooting and stay creative.